Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute. This music isn't right. The scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time to the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians! I am your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is made possible with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's indiecd.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. We're also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of our ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled the sword to teaching the art to others. And yes, next year's big project concerning that will likely be, and I am loathing it, I'm dreading it, but the second edition. If that sounds like that's terror in my voice, that's because that is terror in my voice. And of course, Fates and Hellfire. A dark secret has claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Only his aunt, a plucky reporter, her cameraman, and a very odd cat stand. And I say stand, and brothers and sisters, I say stand against the forces of darkness. How are you? All right, we are 1 week away from Halloween. We have a lot to do and a lot to discuss. I have been a busy boy. Accountability. Actually, like I said, I've been a busy boy, as forementioned. Most of yesterday was involved with setting up for the lovely monthly D&D game that I host, wherein I had the absolute pleasure of seeing perennial favorites like Grimm, like Max, and like our too far-flung friend and occasional artistic inspiration, Churro. Had a great time seeing everybody. After hours of sorting out the game, they went nowhere with it. It was one of those where the cats were not to be herded very well. Um, I mourn. I mourn. But Max did bring some lovely baked goods. Uh, Churro and Grim brought some lovely baked goods. So there were baked goods had, at least by everybody else. The kids were hungry. I could tell. So, I can miss a cookie or two. But it means I have stuff that can be moved to the next festival. There were some major plot points that they were ignoring because people were talking, and that's okay. We'll see who paid attention with whom. I also know that they allegedly meet and have a supposedly secret Discord. Ah, hello. Yeah, yeah. Okay. What's going on out front that's so important? You're not going to be able to see out that window. If it were any mistier, it'd be Rich's wife. But okay. Because I know my viewership, and you'd rather cut that out. Thank you. See, they're looking at you, Dusty. What do you mean? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so lots of gaming. Now, my next week plans are pretty stout. I have one social event that I am attending tomorrow. And then, yeah, hi, good morning. Oh, big kisses. You want to come over? Anyway, I'm attending tomorrow, and then I will simply be doing, I think all I have to do is make big stompy robots and do terrain work. I will not, it would take a miracle for me to be able to jump my learning in 3D printing. So Mandy and Xander will be sitting, chopping out BSRs. Yes. Are you coming? You want uppies? Come on. You can have uppies. Oh, you can have uppies. You are good. We're going to tell the camera again because I love my audience. I really do. You guys are my heroes. But I also know that you guys like Dusty better. Okay, so we're going to get some Dusty time. That's okay. Well, the antenna's coming up. Do you need to go wreak havoc in the living room? Is that the plan? Is it a plan? Yes, I love you. Okay, go on. Anyhow. Okay. I totally did get distracted by my cat. Back on. But so I need to make new big snappy robots terrain. I have gobs of new, slightly more recent art prints. We found a new means for us to get prints through a wonderful thing that didn't occur to us. We are currently getting our prints from CVS. We realized, compared to some of the major print shops that we were looking at for quality and for the kind of quantities we're comfortable dealing in, especially with the number of weird sales they have, we're doing photo quality prints and blow-ups. And they appear to be well received because our own dear Churro got a copy of the last picture I did Wednesday because Mandy saw it, went, that's gorgeous, and put it on the it must be printed pile. Just like that. Because there was a deal on like poster size prints. So Churro may have gotten a very nice little poster print of that. Something similar of a different subject may in the future be headed toward Grimm. May not. We'll see. We have to see if they've been good. Christmas is coming. Oh, but outside of that, um, I was doing some other things. I finally got my Twitch double uh, authorization thing straightened out. So if you're watching this through Twitch, I can theoretically get paid. If you are watching this through Kick, which has actually become my preferred place to stream, if I had to pick one, not for numbers, but because Kick, people have actually paid me on Kick. I like this idea of having money. So feel free, but never think that it's something obligated. I know how the community is. I've had a couple people have to step down their uh, Patreon situations, for example, and I am aware of it, and I have commented on it for them because I know how the economy is, and I know how it's going to get in the next few months. Um, Not to be grim, well, you know what I mean. Uh, Neither referring to my dear friend Grimm, our friend Grimm, or the incarnation of Death from Cartoon Network, which had a amazing kind of unofficial what if uh, spit-off comic series called Grim Tales from Down Below. Uh, who? Oh, God, Bleed Man by Bleed Man. If you look up Grim Tales from Down Below comic, it's a web comic. Fabulous. Bleed Man's done some amazing stuff. Uh, I like to promote people, you know, that not many people haven't heard about, but really should have, and maybe have been around a while. Um, Unfortunately, I received some messages that some people were in having some psychological problems, and one of my friends was looking for advice to deal with them. And I'm expecting those challenges to become more frequent. The only reason I haven't been pushing 988 is I honestly don't know if they're still funded. But if you're spooked, at least try 988. That's all I can give you right now. Beyond that, though, and sticking to the more chipper stuff, what my plans for next week mean are that I am going to be doing a lot of creative effort. The mess that is my house will not be addressed. Tall for most of it, save for, minimum to keep barreling toward convention-y goodness. And uh, I'm still artistically open for commission as always. But that means I'm going to a very busy weekend. Unfortunately, all my scheduled, planned Halloween type situations have been co opted. So this year just is going to be basically a year without Halloween. Uh, we are going to do something. I don't quite know what, I don't know how, but it's just going to be one of those years. In other news, Xander is doing quite a bit better. I expect him to be fully normal by the weekend. He just had to have some downtime, and I think in the middle of all this, he had a growth spurt again. I am not kidding. So he is doing what he can, and that's why I'm letting him sleep. But that's what's going on in my world. Lots of crafting needs to be done. Um, Basically, lots of panic crafting, which is my natural situation. I may be able to pull off something really spanktastic. We'll have to see. Occasionally, I can pull off an astounding, but they they really take so much out of me. And the fact that I can't remember if that's the proper adjective means I need to go watch the best version of Cinderella ever made, which is an older film called The Slipper and the Rose. I do encourage, if you like musicals, but you like ones that from the like, because I think that's from the 70s or 80s. Uh, Richard Chamberlain is fairly young in it to give perspective, but it's a little before the Broadway rentish sound took over. Um, I don't know if that makes sense to anyone, but I find it grating. But so it's classic. It feels closer to the MGM musicals and things. So, and it's like in a period of Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. Again, the film adaptation. But I encourage you guys to watch it. I think Slipper and Rose is on Prime. Last I checked, but I'm sure you can find it somewhere. Anyway, we're going into fall. We're going into spooky season. Unfortunately, Trelena has been far too busy for us to do the annual PSA, and I haven't been able to speak to her about it. So I want to give at least a brief statement. So we're going to pull Leafy Mouse folder down. I hope you guys are sharing and having a wonderful time. I'm going to cozy up, guys. In life, there are periods you will encounter that I like to refer to as amateur hour. Um, Amateur hour is when, for reasons of celebration or tradition, whatever, people who don't normally engage in certain activities suddenly decide to, many times to their detriment. Now, an example of that amateur hour is driving home on New Year's Eve after the party. This was a common thing, or driving anywhere, later in the day on New Year's Eve. You have a lot of people who are far more schnockered than usual. Schnockered is an older term for intoxicated. And I realize I probably shouldn't risk using too much of Nickian slang. They aren't accustomed to drinking. They aren't accustomed to understanding that they have to wait so long before they're safe to get on the road, etc., etc., etc. And they drive like raving lunatics. They drive. Wow. When the speech impediment and the old accent get together, you get words like drave. But Halloween is coming. And I may do another video with Trelane if we have time, but Halloween is a different type of amateur hour. And I'm going to say something, and I'm going to say it mostly in jest, but from the bottom of my heart, using the specific racial privilege that I hold. Don't be that white. Okay? What I mean is, we all have watched horror movies. I love horror movies. 'Tis the season for horror movies. And while I am crafting, there will be a great many horror movies on. Clear? Clear? Groovy? Groovy? Yes. Do not be that white person in the horror movie. A slasher has been killing people through town. Okay. Wow, there's a slasher killing teenagers at block parties. You know what we need to do? Have a block party! Oh, the power's gone out. I know. I'll go down the creepy, creaky steps to the basement to check the generator. That noise. Now, many of you don't take spooky stuff seriously, you've been blessed not to need to. Continue not needing to by not being stupid. Ways we shouldn't be stupid. Do not participate in the scary clown games because jumping out or walking menacingly while armed at people is a stupid game. And anyone who knows play stupid games and get stupid prizes. Don't be stupid. Do not. Hey, this place is haunted, but it's been locked off to the public, but there's a hole in the fence or yada yada. I despise the urban explorers or urbex guys. It's called trespassing. You're trespassing on unstable and dangerous property. There are biological hazards, being mold and stagnant slash black slash still water, brain-eating amoebas, asbestos, the things that happen when mice and vermin take over a place. Don't do it. Don't be stupid. There's also, you could go to jail because there are police. And there are more police, and now we have secret police. Don't be that white. Don't be that stupid. Don't do it. White guy in the horror movie. Don't do it. The other thing is, please understand that certain systems of religion are people's religion. They are their faith. Okay? Respect that as their faith. If you don't understand it, now is not the time to play around with it. Now, people occasionally make fun of me because I appear occasionally superstitious or excessively cautious. What? Well, you don't practice magic. You don't believe in it. No. Let me explain something to you. What I believe is there is weird stuff out there. And if you don't know what you're doing, it can and will delightfully eat your face. What do I mean by that? Going camping in a nice, well-maintained, the kind of campground where you pull in, you park your car on the slot, you get out, and you set your little camp up, and you have your little fire in the ring. Maybe you pitch a tent. Ooh, fun. You might walk a short, well-manicured, very busy trail. You're well into the high 90% of not having much bad happen most of the time. Especially if you have any concept of how not to be an idiot and how to camp. You don't go, hey, I've never gone camping. Let's go on a hike through Yellowstone. We'll go 30 miles and camp in the dark. Maybe we'll do the Appalachian Trail. At least be an organ donor so that on the chance they find your body, it might be put to good use. That logic applies to messing around with the dead. It applies to Ouija boards. It applies to all manner of other castings. Don't. And I'm not even saying from the religious about your soul. That is a whole nother level that does not belong quite on this broadcast. I am saying do not be that stupid. There are a lot of things I will tolerate, and Ouija boards and I, unless I'm in the process of quote unquote solving that problem per request, we don't play. Homie does not play that. And yes, now I'm once again tapping into the slang of my youth. Halloween is a wonderful time. Okay. It is a wonderful time where the air is cool. We all feel a chill, both in our bones, some of the older of us, and in our spirits, the whew, a lot of ingrained biological things happen. But that is mirrored, that's happening everywhere. The coyotes get nuts, a bunch of other things happen. And whatever you want to call it, you can call it magic mojo, the thinning of the veil. You can call it quantum entanglement in complex systems. You can call it the high strangeness, or is it strangely high? All of this conspires to somewhere in the next few weeks, especially some weird juju mojo energies are going on. The easiest way to treat all the paranormal is to treat it just like you treat, or like you should treat, plants and animals in nature. Whoa. Guys, if you don't know what leaf to wipe your rear end with and what ones not to in nature, because you've gone to the bathroom, these things can happen, especially when they're camping. Nature will mess you up. There is poison ivy, poison oak, poison sumac. There's biting nettles. There's assorted thistles. There are a lot of things that will wreck your world for that level of stupidity. This is without getting into the realm of don't eat that. If you don't know 110% what something is, don't eat it. Once again, we look to the great wisdom of the ancients. Do not go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the lakes and the rivers you're used to. Okay? The supernatural is like that. The paranormal is like that. This is one of the few times of the year where I step a skosh out of my specific retirement to say, don't eat too much candy, eat some baked goods, have some greasy pizza, watch something involving Bela Lugosi or Vincent Price. If you don't know, educate yourselves on what horror should be. Because I'm sorry, slashing gore is lazy by most standards. But don't, for the love of all that's holy, be stupid. And if you're going to be stupid, because I can't prevent it, please consider spending money with one of my supporters. Perhaps I can make an example.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santastine, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
All right, I'm a little behind in the comments. And I know that you know that I know that you guys are up to stuff. So let's hit your comments. I'm sure they're fun. I'm also sure there is a good chance one or more of my gamers are in the chat trying to cause me to have an aneurysm by contemplating insanity. I understand this. It it is the I'm sorry, I'm giggle comment dump, so I'm having trouble scrolling up to the top. Today has been a weird day. I also want to tell you I follow Steve Burns' podcast Alive, and it's a positive podcast by the guy who was on Blue's Clues. I never thought I would hear him say, maybe I should just do an OnlyFans where I use sexy voice to give positive and uplifting supportive messaging. That's an odd one. But today's a good day. First through the door is my beloved Kat Rothermel. Good morning, Nick and all. Happy Friday. Yay, how are you? I'm doing better. Wednesday and a good chunk of Thursday was kind of difficult for me for a few reasons that I am not going to go into, but I'm feeling a bit better for now. A lot of things can get heavy, and sometimes even I get a little bogged, but I'm doing better, and I'm hoping to continue doing better. How are you, my dear? And Donna Carlene joins us. Hi, Kat. How are you? Hey, Donna. And Carl Witzman, hello, Kat, Donna, Sorted Lurkers, indeed, and Witzman Dude. And guys, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this on whatever format you are watching. Plus, any support you can give me is always appreciated. And there's Carl Witzman. Hello, Carl. And hey, Witzman Dude. I haven't gotten to dig into it, but I just got not long ago a book on Carl Jung's take on the occult. I want to get his full collected works. It's in my to-do, but that's on my bedside right now. My bedside is an eclectic place for reading, guys. Anyway, and Donna, and hey, what's my dude? And not bad for a Friday. No, not bad at all. And morning, Dawn. Dawn Dulas is, of course, the mistress mind, and I love that phrase, behind the adventures of Buddy and Georgette, her fanciful, fashionable felines that you can read about on Facebook. She's also the hostess with the mostess of the traveling table. There are thoughts. I love this time of year because I contemplate my friends doing assorted cosplays, and it always makes me happy. And morning from her. And accountability may be coaxing into writing more. Newsletter. Yes, use your powers for evil. Convince others to create, whether they want to or not. I haven't had Lydia on all month. Maybe I'll bring Lydia out sometime next week. You know, Wednesday may be a bit of a Halloween party. It's a party. Who could ask for more? Anyway, hey, Dawn, and hi, Dawn. And I meant I might be coaxed into writing more. Sheesh. I am fine with all of the above, Carl. And more greetings. And might. Ha. Someone left a review on Goodreads that Mad Gasser Cheerleader was a good start for a longer work. Speaking of reviews, I realize I forgot, and I'm a little I am just a bit in your face. Let me give you some room. But speaking of reviews, those of you who have bought my books, either from me or from through Amazon, I love with all my heart. That heart, the pinky wiggles that ironically I can't do. Uh, the little tiny heart, whatever. I love y'all. But I would love if you would be kind enough to go on any of the works I've done, again, especially through Amazon, and write a little review. It doesn't need to be much. The reason is this: until I get a certain number of reviews on my works, Amazon won't push my works. It's kind of painful. So if you could do that, at least there, I would greatly appreciate it. And do that for all the authors and creators I reference to, because I want to see everybody move up. And I am forced with the truth that if I can level up a little bit more, I can push people a little farther. And that does begrudgingly motivate me to be keeping my stuff in order, because I won't for me. For me, I'll put my stuff aside for everybody else, because that's just who and what I am, a matter of training. We'll leave it at that. I'm sure Carl's having fun with that phrase. Oh, yes, Nick is people-pleasing again. What does my social circle and my mental health situation have in common? They both know how to fawn. Now, moving back up. Yeah, okay, comment dump. Yay, mozzarella. So you're going to keep reading. Going down for a Pop-Tart. Sadly, we already drank all the coffee. Well, more coffee can be made. There is some expectation that coffee prices may as much as double in the near future. Guys, be careful with that. I still have 2/3 of a mug, which is about 1.5 cups, so I'm good. Oh, okay. Okay, I looked again, and that reader had the sequel, Mad Gas Returns, so no wonder he was missing out on details. Excellent. And Botrix has correctly joined the channel. I don't feel right till Botrix joins my channel. You guys know that. Nothing but love for Botrix. Don't forget to like and share, folks. Hey, Nick. Hey, Donna. That was like the opposite of aura farming. And apparently I am not supposed to use modern terminology and phrases like aura farming. Oh, well. Hello. If I find the right term and it fits, I'm like, that's a good term. I will use it. This is why I still say groovy. Groggily wanders in. Guess who's been up since 4:30? That statement manifests sleep tank top wardrobe malfunctions to me. Be careful, dear. Me, Foxy? Nope, that was 4 a.m. Safe for headphones now. Too early for me by far. No, I've actually been forcing myself to get a reasonable modicum of sleep. Inigo wake you? And hey, Foxy, you mean besides me and Witzman, dude? Bladder. Oh, that sucks. And greetings, and hello, Churro, my dear. I hope you had fun. It's a shame you guys missed out on all the things I had planned for you, but it means I had time to work on them and make them worse. I hope you enjoyed your art. Unfortunately, to have people not feel guilty, it's one of those cases where I had to slip it to her because I didn't have enough for everybody. And I didn't know Mandy was going to do that print, but she did that print on those prints. I'm like, that looks amazing. And I went, I need that copy. Well, this was from, a certain dream that was discussed. Oh, okay. There we go. Churro! Carl. Hi, Churro. Yes, greetings. Greetings for Churro. Greetings for Kat. Greetings for Donna. Greetings. Churro, you and Kat Rothermel need to connect more at some point in your life because, like, the artistic energies would vibe incredibly. Plus, Kat Rothermel is one of the great avatars of Stevie Nicks who walk among us. I still say she's like the love child of Stevie Nicks and Cyndi Lauper, but somehow there's a bit of Pat Benatar in there. Anyway, and now I just all that combined to give my brain the opening to Barracuda. But I've been prattling for a bit, so I'm going to star that. I am going to quickly run an ad, and I will be back in a little under a minute. One moment. Haha. I would have been fine, but my hand hasn't woken up yet. So it was vaguely problematic. Yes. Where were we? Hi, Churro. Hi, Dawn. Hey, Churro and everyone. At least I got cookies. Leroy Jenkins! I will say there are times in life. Hi, Dusty! Are you trying to come prevent me from being an idiot because you heard the battle cry of Leroy Jenkins? Or you want to look out the window? It's still wet and gross, bud. Oh, yeah. Well, that's one way to clean it off. You just lick the window. That's usually Snickerdoodle's routine, but you do you, buddy. Anyway. Hi, Foxy. Kitty! Yep, that's Dusty. He's doing his thing. Kitty. I want cookies. Blink, blink. Cookies are good. I could go for cookies. Actually, I have some cookies because somebody was rude and left them outside the library. Anyway, hi, Dusty. Hey, Dusty. And indelible. Okay, wait. This is a good one. I don't support that, but indelible snobbery. Ooh, that's a good one. I love how old Leroy turned himself into a forever meme. Yep. Hi, Dusty. Sweet Dusty. Hey, Dusty. Do you want back? Do you want back up, or are you happy there? Well, okay. You can chill. The cat kiss goodbye. We all got distracted by Dusty. And I love that he returned in perfect time to be distracted. Hey, bunnies! Hit my Twitch notification joining you on YT in a moment. Woohoo! Hi! We know who the real star is, Don. Morning, bunnies. Good morning. Robin, how are you, my dear? Robin's been reaching out to expand her repertoire and her resume a bit. And if we could get or I could get, if you don't want to share any info on that? Is it something I can promote? My dear, for as good a butler as I am, I do love some spilled tea. Now, hello, Robin. It's going on my wall after breakfast. Oh, I'm delighted. Hey, Robin. We saw Grim on Stupid O'Clock. Grim is almost ready for the green room. Yeah, there's some hesitance there. There's some nerves. We'll see. You done again, Dusty? Yeah, it's not so much fun if you're not like actively stopping me from typing, huh, bud? Oh well. We rearrange the camera again. Hey, Robin. I read Bunny's as burritos. My mind is on yummy. Ooh. Ooh. Wait a second. I got cackleberries. I have cackleberries. And I have uh, the hard salami slices that could be cut up, and I have garlic, and I have tortillas, and I have cheese. Ooh, I have a breakfast burrito idea. Ooh, ooh, that sounds good. Mandy's sleeping in. If she stays sleeping in, maybe after the stream, I'll go out and make breakfast burritos. Num, 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 num. Hi, Robin. Hello. And Grim was, oh, were they? I didn't make Stupid O'Clock. Honestly, Mandy had wanted to restart one of the Chinese C-drama period rom-com thingamajigs that we had watched. And the problem with the show that I know real well, and her being very warm and cuddly after my game, which I love running the games. I adore running the games, but it does take a lot out of me, is that we were on the couch, she was cuddly, and I lost time. But so I was not in a place for the Stupid O'Clock. But I'm glad Grim is having fun in different places. And hey, food is a good thing, yes, and fall food is great. I need to either purchase or make some pumpkin roll before I go insane. I know Grim was just in the chat. I'm absolutely sure of that. During Creatives at Play, Grim was very practicing. Oh, I bet. Unfortunately, during Creatives at Play, I tried to be in the chat and my net started to go very bad. And basically, customer support, as my net cuts out, will be cutting out fairly soon because the company is closing down. Has been they're less than likely to come out and climb the big old tower in the middle of a windstorm. I wonder why. Soon. Bum, bum, bum. Meanwhile, Churro saying, hi, Grant and Robin. And we're granting. 988 is still a functional option. Is still funded. The option 3 for Q Plus has been defunded. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Richard. And good morning. Everybody liked the stream yesterday? Considered spending hype points on YouTube. Yeah, I hope so. And I was wrong. It wasn't Crazy P. It was Crazy P, not Stupid O'Clock. I was confused. That's why I was surprised. I haven't seen Grim over there. Food just kicking in. Proteins headed towards brain now. Fully understand. And greetings for Rich from a whole lot of people. M. Autocorrect is dumb. Okay. And hey, Rich. And that's why I turned mine off. Schnockered. 3 sheets to the wind. Off the tipple. Indeed. Remember, bunnies, scary can be fun, but teasing about real life issues can scar. Please be kind to yourself and others. Exactly. Well said. Um, and you're going to get your stuff a little early. So let's see.
Hi, bunnies. This is Robin Yoda, just wanting to let you know I have a Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Robin Yoda. You can catch me there Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific playing Stardew Valley, Saturdays at 2 p.m. playing The Sims 4, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific playing a random game from my Game Pass library. You can also find me Mondays on my YouTube channel, Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny. I hope to see you all there. Thanks for watching.
Here's an update. Give it a second.
Welcome, welcome, bunnies. It's Robin Yoda. My Twitch stream has changed. I'm playing Saturdays and Sundays at 2 p.m. If there's any schedule change, I'll let you know by posting on X, Blue Sky, and sometimes Facebook. You can follow all my socials, Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny, and sign up for my YouTube channel. It's also Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny, where I repost all of my streams. So come join me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Robin Yoda for some awesome streams. And once again, thanks for watching.
Oh, it's always great to hear and support Robin. And where are we? Yep. Good morning. Out on the toll road again. May the farce be with you, my son. Hi, Joe. And we're glad to see you. Waves as Joe drives by. Stay safe, Frogger. Hi. Also, culture is not a costume. If you're not sure, ask someone in that culture. Indeed. Accountability, still working on NDCD. It is a slow but steady process. We have absolute faith in you, Joe. Stay safe. Stay alive. Stay smart. Shop S-Smart. Hoping we pass a travel center soon. Food and a bathroom sound good right now. A little too cold out to just head down into the trees, especially with that breeze. And Grant is in the lag part of his Kickstarter. My Kickstarter is inching very slowly. Please check it out. Memoirs of the Morbid at that link right there. Some of us are, I assume us is there, are professional bear pokers. Let the stupid remain in our hands. Let's just not. No poking the bears. Don't, Rich. You ever wonder why occasionally your luck goes boink? I have suspicions. Oh, I have to check my Prusa account. Let's see. That sounds very cold, Joe. Don't do the stupid stuff. And Kat says, I've done some urban exploration in Gary. I was safe, though. The guy I was with was an architectural major and been places before. We had permission from this. See, that's how you do it. You're not alone. You have permission, so it is not illegal trespassing. The person you're with is well-versed in architecture and the materials at hand. Beautiful. That's how you do it. Not like I see, egad, there's people here, run for your lives. Yeah, because that might be some homeless guy's living room. And if we're not using the buildings, I see no reason why they can't, and we should just let them, or maybe make better buildings for the homeless people. But saying this as someone who loves messing around, do not mess with the dead in any way, shape, or form. Never ends well. I want to hug you so much right now, Churro. I am so proud. I am literally becoming misty-eyed, and I might need a moment. This is like a Halloween season miracle. Y'all, I have the vapors. I'm not even kidding. I genuinely got lightheaded in raw delight at hearing Sanity. It was also in the winter. I got a few art exhibitions from my photography, Gary, Indiana, The Abandoned and the Beautiful. Oh, See, that's how it's done. Don't make deals right now. You never know what you might be dealing with. Yes, please. There's a town near here that's like that. One out of every 4 or 5 houses is abandoned. Yeah, leave it alone. Using the wrong leaf to wipe with puts a whole new meaning to that. That will be itchy when it dries. Oh, I love Nick music references. And we love you. You know, Robin and I go way back. I mean, like, outstandingly back. She is on a incredibly exclusive list of people. And yep, it is the ultimate FAFO. That's right. In the words of Saint Fafo the Just, he who effeth around findeth out. Oh, Dawn, we're getting static. We don't to look cryptic watching. Sorry, that's weird. I really need to get a static overlay kind of thing going. I don't know how to do it. I'd have to probably do something like OBS, which is beyond me right now. Hitchcock Marathon. Oh my gosh. One thing that is totally underappreciated is the Alfred Hitchcock bump from the Alfred Hitchcock Hour, where he'd have his little. Sadly, I can't do my Hitchcock voice right now. I'd have to watch him again. But we have to interrupt the program for news words from our sponsors. And it shows him fishing in his little suit. And then the next thing, he's sitting with a mermaid going, now back to the program. It just, I love it. Hey, I like messing around, not being an idiot. Max is an idiot. If given the opportunity, he would go messing around in supernatural places. And to every yin, there is a yang. This is why orange cats need their tuxedo or black cat companions. Because or golden retriever people need. They need. They just need supervision. I would absolutely pay for that. OnlyFans pitch of the century. Max is a boy, so makes a difference sometimes. Yeah. And yeah, I think you should do it. Because you're referring to Steve Burns from Blue's Clues doing a OnlyFans that is just him doing validating. That's the word he used. Validating phrases in his husky, sexy voice. I can see it. Max is a boy, so it makes a difference sometimes. Begrudgingly, he is a boy. Eventually will be a man, unsure of which will be worse. Well, I'm going to do my best to try to influence him towards the better. This is the season of That's Why Women Live Longer. I'm going to call BS on that to both of you. Looking at several of my beloved female friends from high school who would on occasion call me up at the last minute for assistance. Men, I have found, are more likely to go stupid places. Women are more likely to mess around with supernatural things. There is a very good set of cultural reasons why, and I think a lot of it has to do with misapplication and misappropriation of power in our society. However, most of the women I know who mess with things usually aren't that stupid about it. Sugarman. I love the little dancing Donnie Darko looking bunny. It's a dead man party. Who could ask for more? That's very true, Robin. Hey, Joe. Oh, and that table is traveling. Many boys just never grow up, one way or another. I don't want to grow up either. I'm a Toys R Us kid. The rain is really doing the rain thing, and I love my Pacific Northwest rainy season. I live in the land of corn and corn sharks, and the corn is gone. Anyway, yay, rain! It's pretty rainy. I'm pretty sure our rainy season is done. Back to fire weather. Thinking I need to send a person for coffee drinks, for caffeine drinks. Yes. No. Stay in your millennial lane. First off, I'm a zillennial. Thank you. And Robin, bonus points to Robin. Secondly, it is a proper terminology. There was not a proper terminology for both aura as it's presented and aura farming. It makes sense. It is elegant. It is refined. You can't quite make me stay in any lane, dear. Oh, no. Okay. Ooh, and glad to hear Sanders feeling back. I was away from my phone when he gave us that update. Yes. Sorry, I saw the next one. He slept for like 14 hours yesterday, got up, slumped around a bit, had an evening, and went to bed fairly early. He's still asleep. I think he's just catching up. Nick, thanks for my avatar. There are certain subclasses of beautiful in my universe. Shortcut archetypes of what Nick uses to define some of his favorite flavors of beauty. And I am a person, a soul, who enjoys a varied experience in what I find beautiful. Musically, I am polyamorous. Anything from Mozart to Mudvayne may, in the right mood, hit me well. There are several archetypes, as I said, of beauty. Elvira embodies one of them. Dolly Parton embodies another that rang true. But a perfection of the 80s effervescent, magical in both ways and all the right ways, radiance. This gleeful, defiant hope, and a level of self-expression and of, in many ways, societal acceptance that had never been seen before. Coalesced and locked in before I could ever grasp concepts like this, as I was a young man sitting on a school bus. And during the switch, got to see for the first time. Cat, not Rothermel at the time, but an art goddess by any other name. I swoon. I swooned then. I swoon now. I am comfortable with my swooniness. Dusty! Nick. I don't know why I got nicked, but I had to try yelling, Leroy Jenkins! At Cat Lunchtime to see if that works here. I yelled Leroy Jenkins again. And I don't know if you guys could hear it, but from down the hall, I heard Matt. I like to roll down my window and yell that when I am passing, changing lanes and stuff. Sorry, sent that too early. I want pictures of Snickerdoodle. You want pictures of Sneaky? We can get pictures of Sneaky. Dusty timed his return. Wasn't that amazing? I'm surprised he hasn't jumped on me yet. Be careful with Grim there. They need some time to realize that there is a time and place for everything, including them. But we're helping them with that best they allow us. And hopefully they'll be doing good stuff. And, okay, Robin is talking about it. That means I get to. I have submitted reels for a few voice acting projects, but nothing has finished casting yet. I am on Casting Call Club, and I am available for voice acting work. There's a funny thing about choir and, I say it wrong, choral. Anyway, the choir plus, we'll say. Like I said, I've mentioned there are times where beauty has struck me. And there was a distinct point. And it was one of the few times in my entire life I was willingly anywhere near my old junior high. But I happened to have a reason to be there. And there was a concert going on. I can still remember it. The circumstances elude me of how I managed to get there for a bit. But I knew I couldn't be there long. I think it was something involving my brother or something. But I was standing inside the door, just the upper doorway, looking out at the stage. And all the choir folks were doing their thing and they were singing. But one voice stood out amid the mutters in the crowd, among the voice. I could just slice it out. And for all the other noise, there was no other voice there. And my chair is dropping me. But I remember being leaned and I could listen. I could hear Robin singing. And I remember thinking to myself, if that isn't her career, the world will be a sadder, darker place. You know, later in life, if that isn't what she does, I hope she doesn't stop singing. Because many people I know have. And I am delighted to say that she hasn't. And she hasn't stopped speaking and doing theater. And I love when people's passions ignite and blaze for their life. I hope everyone can find that for themselves and others. I'm going to run an ad, and I'll be right back. Hello and welcome to this is no, how are you? Yes. Yes. Okay, let me get back to where I was. Don says, don't we all? Will you unstar, please? Thank you. Grim needs to une, but that's convo for another time. I think once they get out of their own, yes, they'll be a much calmer person. Or Grim House yesterday. They're currently job searching. Good. They made me coffee and we had edible cookie dough together. It was amazing. Sounds like delicious visit. Uh, I've been going over more often, trying to drag them to go thrifting with me soon. Yes, thrifting is fun. I love thrifting. I'm hoping to go later today. You never know what you'll find. Yes, and the lovely one just down the street from their house, one of my favorite places to be. Yes, that would be Glimmers of Hope. It's on, I think it's still 5th Street in Fowler, Indiana. Hi. What? Okay. Technically, it's a charity shop as well. They have free food and clothes. I got an Elvira DVD there just Tuesday for free because the ladies told me to just take it. I am pro Elvira, obviously. I have a plushie on the wall that was given to me. And I have the billboard behind me. And I have a new Elvira Funko Pop I have to put out, too. Sir? Oh, is that the itchy spot? Is that it? Yes. Hi. Hello. Well, look, you can't do the look up at me if you are actively trying to choke me with your hip. Don't whip me with your tail. We neither whip nor nay here. Nice. I love thrifting. It's my favorite kind of shopping. Mine too. Stores can never carry much beyond basics, and I am not. That is oh my gosh, that is the truest. Like in some universe, I'm going to put Cat Rothermel and I'm going to put Churro. Oh, you gotta go? Okay, yeah, go. Come on. Into the same room, possibly with Sarah, and let wonders happen. Same. Trying to declutter now. So me not thrifting is hard. I'm setting up to declutter, but not, well, okay, the big mess behind me in some other places. As a way of sorting through the boxes we just never got opened after the chaos of the assorted moves. That's part of our big winter project. In part because I need to make space in case of emergencies for people I care about, should they need space. I want the sparkles, the bright colors, the things that make you question what you just saw. Yes. I love having garage sales with my family too. We have so much fun, and we donate what we don't sell to Goodwill. And hello, life of Kyrell? Wait a second. I think I might know you. I love your mascot head. Or furry. Some people get offended if I say that, but I do furry art sometimes. That's Cat. I refer to it as anthro usually. We have 2 gingers that can't always find brain cells. And nothing can beat the hearts in them. Indeed. Hi, can you help my friend with this board game called Stunters? How would you like me to help your friend? Is it something you want promoted, or is it something you want advice on making? Would love to help you any way I can, but I need a little bit more information. Is it breakfast time yet? Time for Joe to go. Catch you later. It was a witch that made me try to climb the side of that building. No, that was meth. No, okay. I have apples for breakfast, snacking a whole box of them. I wasn't going to turn down a bunch of free apples, no. The corn is gone, but now I can climb in the silos and watch the sunset. Win. That is gorgeous, but terrifying. Churro, you're one of the most main character people I know. When I go supernatural, I have a plan and a backup plan, an exit plan, and a resume plan. Because when I am referring this time of year to don't be an idiot, you are one of those highly educated professional individuals who has been well versed, whether it be begrudgingly or not, in safety situations and the emergency plans and stuff. So I have absolute faith in your capacity to do things that I would tell others not to. And that puts you on another incredibly short list with people like Trelena Bachman. High praise indeed. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Chris Walker. Happy Friday to all. The weekend is upon us, and hopefully an enjoyable one indeed. I've got a family visit, and then I've got game prep, and everything is set up for LaunchCon, and then I'm going to just basically face plant till Thanksgiving. That's my plan. Squee! Hi, Chris. And we're going to skip that because they don't even have the good nature to have a neat name. Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris. Mudvayne. They played in Peoria. They even started there. Yeah! Dog says, hi, Amanda. I am making monster cookies this weekend. Shape, or does that mean something kind of choir plus? Yeah, musical theater. Yes. Oh, God, melt like butter. Yummy. Hey, I could breathe again after Apple. Did choir my 7th grade year. It's one of the things I liked about public school. I planned on doing theater during my freshman year, but in 8th grade I switched to online school. I don't know if I've ever heard you sing, Churro. And that's something of a tragedy. One of the great secrets in my life is a great many of the people I tend to care about also overlap with being singers. There's a thing there. Dusty! Another Dusty. Choir was fun. I'm so lucky I got to do choir all 4 years of high school and lettering choir twice, as well as competing in music. You deserved it. I had to leave chorus back in the day because the chorus teacher was demanding that I dress up like a snowman and impersonate Elvis at the mall. And I informed him, I'm already getting beat up enough. Can we please not put me in a giant snowman suit to get beat up further? And I was given the you will do it or you'll have to quit. And I quit. But because I quit chorus, my parents decided I was, between the expense and my perceived lack of dedication, I wasn't allowed to get into band, which is why I never learned the flute or the clarinet. But I can play a mean tin whistle now, and I'm okay with a few, I'm working on, I was learning the box guitar before I lost the mobility in my fingers. They're much better than they were, but they're things I can't do, and I'll see about that. I may get a diddly bow or a canjo, a single string, because I can do this, but I can't. The nerves just won't let me do that with any speed or strength. And I'm okay with several percussion instruments. Learning to play the doumbek did wonders for my association with belly dancers. I love choir, only part of high school I liked. Paraphrasing a song, cats are gathering in their masses. Cats are gathering in their masses, trying to get us to feed their... See you later. Bye, Carl. That's a good one. See you, Carl. Have fun shouting at kitties, Carl. Ooh, fancy new background, Batman. You like it? You like it? Every year, because I don't know if you've been around to hear this, I celebrate a holiday called Leafy Moss. And Leafy Moss is the holiday of it's of sharing ebooks with each other, like PDFs and things, especially out of print or your own creation ebooks, because unfortunately we all love to read, but well, fortunately we all love to read. Unfortunately, acquisition can be expensive. And at a time, every year I read, well, every year I try to read A Night in the Lonesome October by Roger Zelazny as a family. And it can be a hard book to find. So at one point, I was encouraging people to find it through whatever means they could. And, while we're doing that, we might as well share other books. So there is a secret Leafy Moss folder full of all sorts of game references that were acquired and books written by other people. But the downside is Google Docs, Google Drive does not like me to put subfolders in. So it is an absolute brilliant disaster. Tosh, reach out to either me or Trelena. Actually, reach out to Trelena because you talk to her more often than you talk to me, and she could probably get you that secret link. And I am Fabu. I got to run a game for the teens. I get to see my parents soon. I get lots of horror movies in the near future, and I'm going to spend the next week doing crafts for the upcoming LaunchCon for Big Snoppy Robots. I am delighted. How are you? Oh, because Tash is here. Doom Bunny Butt. Doom Bunny. Yes. Everybody loves Doom Bunny. He is sort of my mascot. I just need to find a way to make him a little wearable, and I may make one or commission one when I have proper funds to throw that is actually like proper Doom Bunny size, but that will be expensive. I get great stories when I go supernatural, mainly because I know just to listen, not deal. That's why I don't fault you. Just always follow the silver string home, dear. Monster cookies are huge oatmeal candy cookies my family makes. That sounds amazing. I'm not very good at it. I have a very scratchy, pitchy voice. I'm definitely an alto, but I need to train my voice more before I'd ever sing in front of you guys. I love altos. I do. Or anyone for that matter. I understand. I have a naturally lower voice. I can do the lower end of alto. I have weakness for torch singers, and that just gets me. Nick playing flute would be sick. Never too late to start. That's why like I said, I play a tin whistle. I don't have to worry about the embouchure and my messed up teeth. I think they call it contralto. And Churro is saying to Robin, singing is all about breathing. If you want help, hit me up. By all that is good and holy, take her up on this, Churro. I don't recommend people lightly. And a great many people think they can sing. I also found out recently there have been some interesting studies, and why music doesn't always sound the same to me anymore is part of having certain types of trauma long term literally changes the shape of your ears, and it leads to essentially tone deafness in certain, well, not tone deafness from coming out. I can't hear certain ranges, and I found out that is a result of how the body reacts to long-term stress. The ears actually reshape themselves to hear much lower than normal people and much higher than normal people at the cost of some of the middle ranges. Yeah. Oh, no, there's somebody you can talk to. Later, Hall. Later, Donna. Love it. Oh, thank you. Bye, Donna. Later, Donna. See you guys later tonight, hopefully. I am planning to do my stream. I just don't know if I will be precisely on time because I may be doing a shopping run. Hey, I got a motor. Going with my parents to meet a new doggy for them. Their black lab died 3 weeks ago. Yes. Hugs and kisses, Kat. I love you too. You have a wonderful time. And keep arting. I'm going to run some ads. I think I need to wrap up and get some breakfast because I'm a little. Well, I ate, but I didn't eat proper. I ate Stream Survival. So there may be a brunch situation coming. But before that happens, I need to run some ads.
Hi, I'm Auntie Foxy, and I'm a crafting addict. I make custom jewelry from recycled materials, and Foxy has wares if you have coin. You can find me at indiecity.org/about-auntie-foxy. I hope to see you there.
I will remind you guys about that Monday, because Mandy's right now just out of earshot and she'd have to look it up. But I will get you guys the dates and start talking about IndieCD.con in 2026 and StompCon in 2026. So there you go. Eat Doom Bunny. Yes, we love Doom Bunny. Doom Bunny is my little guy. Doom Bunny butt. I'm good. Surrounded by yarn and other craft supplies. Also my cats. Can't complain. It's the only way to live. Greens to Tash, Churro, Foxy, and Indigo saying hi. We got that. He was on my lap. He's happy to be after sharing an apple with me this morning. Oh. LOL, I'm in the area between adrenaline and exhaustion. Halloween Con is a week away, and I'm super busy and excited about it. Along with tired? Well, that's the right way to be, Chris. Blast along. Bye, bunnies. Bye-bye. Have a good day, Robin. Bye, Robin. Have a great weekend. I ran Robin's ad, so I do need to run at least one more.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel. But otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
All right, guys. I'm all about you guys creating and arting and having a good time. It's important, especially now that we bring joy. Guys, keep writing, keep drawing, keep creating. Because as long as you do, you can edit it. You can improve it, but you can't edit a blank page. I do love you, and you should too. I'll be back for the Historical Fencing Guild stream at 8 p.m. over on the Historical Fencing Guild channel on YouTube and on my usual spots on Twitch and Kick. Till then, guys, toodles. Stay safe out there.